Hey Fins Fishing Club, it's Katie here. I am going to be hosting you today for our virtual captain's meeting for tomorrow's Most Species tournament. My goal is to keep it short and sweet for you, but want to just make sure we gave an opportunity to go over the rules that we're going to be following for tomorrow's tournament, and also to make sure anyone that had additional questions or seeking clarification would have an opportunity to ask those questions. For the benefit of everyone participating, we will be having Q&A that'll be posted in the comments below this video so that everyone will have access to read your question and our answers. So the way I'm going to do this is just go over the rules, the same rules that are posted on the tournament registration page. So if you wanted to pull those up and go along with me, you're more than welcome to. I will obviously be omitting things that had to do with registration because they no longer apply. And I will probably be skipping the very obvious things as well. So I will just jump right into this. Live and artificial baits are allowed. Teams may fish from land, docks, bridges, kayaks, or boats, but all fish must be caught with handheld rods and reels, meaning if you are planning to throw a cast net for bait tomorrow and happen to pull up one of the fish that is on this species list that does not count as a catch, that one will have to be thrown back and you will have to keep trying with your rod. Lines are in the water at 8 a.m., lines are out of the water at 1 p.m. My suggestion, if you plan to push the clock, is to have someone on your boat with an email pulled up and ready. If you are still fighting with a fish, or gonna give it one more cast and one more try, then have that email ready to go, because there are going to be no late entries or submissions accepted. So you're gonna want to make sure you're paying attention to the time so that you don't miss out on a point for your team. Speaking of the lines out and the critical component of the timing, by participating in the tournament, teams agree to grant access to digital photo data if requested by tournament directors. This would obviously only occur if there were a question about the integrity of the catch and the timing, and then we of course would ask to see essentially the timestamp of your photo submission. Okay, but we're not going to have that problem. Teams are to check in at Fins no later than 2 p.m. We will have a check-in station. Just make sure you go and see one of our volunteers. They'll get your team checked in. They'll confirm that your count of catches matches what we received and recorded for you. And then you will be free to sit down and have a bite to eat and get something cold to drink. One photo of each caught species must be provided to the tournament directors when the fish is caught. Do not wait until the end of the day to email photos, as ties will be determined by earliest entry. This is important. As you catch, submit. You will send your photos via email to entry@finsfishingclub.com. You're going to include the team name and the species that you are submitting on the subject line. You do not need to put anything in the body of the email unless you just want to say hello. You will receive a confirmation email back that your email was received and scored. If you're in an area that has spotty reception and you're not receiving any indication on your end that your email is going through, at that point, you can text Lori at 813-967-5032 or myself at 813-690-6080. But please text only if you are not receiving any kind of indication or confirmation that your email was received or that it went through. And give us a few minutes because we're going to be scoring everybody. So you may not get it instantly, but if you're on your end it's saying pending or whatever, just you go ahead and text it so we can make sure that it's received. All right, eligible species are snook, trout, redfish, Spanish mackerel, sheephead, mangrove snapper, grunt, cobia, black-tip shark, pompano, flounder, triple-tail, tarpon, grouper, any species, ladyfish, and jack crevalle. Grouper, clarification, is if you catch a gag in the morning and then in the afternoon you catch a red grouper, you've already submitted grouper and you don't need to submit it again. That would apply to the rest of the species in the sense that if you submit a small trout in the morning and you catch some just massive trout in the afternoon, you do not need to submit it again, although we would love to see a picture of it back at the award ceremony just for bragging rights because it's awesome. So one submission for each species regardless of size. Okay? A photo indicator will be revealed at the end of this video, and that indicator must be in all the photos of all catches being submitted. There are no exceptions to this. The indicator has to be in the photos. Anglers are responsible for providing their own digital photo equipment. Only digital photos will be accepted. Interestingly, I highly doubt anyone is out on the water with a Polaroid, but if you are, we will not accept that Polaroid when you get back to the award ceremony, so make sure you're submitting digital photos. Anglers are responsible for applicable fishing license requirements. Make sure you're complying with all the rules associated there, as well as it is the sole responsibility of the team captain to know and understand the laws as they apply to each species, and the sole discretion of the team captain to determine harvesting of catches. No fish at all are to be brought back to the ceremony. We're not cooking them, we're not measuring them, we're not weighing them, so there's absolutely no reason to bring the fish back with you for any benefit of ours. So just throw them back or do whatever you want with them. But let's see, teams may submit only one fish species. We went over that. All tournament winners must be present at tournament awards to receive winnings. If you are not present, you forfeit your winnings. I would encourage you, because it just happened to a team I was on in an offshore tournament. Look, if you only have 4 or 5 catches, you don't know what kind of day anyone else is having, so come back. Come back and give it a shot, because some people have a bad day and you could have a great day, and it just all depends on where the fish are. So, and fish move. So, yeah, you're taking a risk by not coming back if you think you're not going to place. So it's worth it to head on back and try. So my suggestion on the list of species would be to make a list, obviously not 2-pager, somewhere in your phone. Take a screenshot. It is listed in the tournament rules, so you could just take a screenshot there, just to make sure that you're not targeting and then submitting a fish that's not on here. So that would be my suggestion there. And again, we're going to post this. If you have questions, post them below so that everyone can see their responses. And other than that, we hope that you have an amazing day tomorrow. We hope you... I'm going to charge my iPad. We hope everybody has a lot of luck, a lot of catches, and we're really looking forward to hosting you back at Finn's and to having a good time celebrating where we live and the community we live in and get to be a part of. So tight lines, everybody. Good luck, and we'll see you at Finn's tomorrow. See ya.